Nobody gets married hoping or even realizing that blended families will struggle, right? I mean, you're thinking that, let's really be all the way honest. Love alone is enough to sustain a blended family relationship. And the truth of the matter is, bruh, sis, you're not failing. What's happening is you're merging two different families together, two histories, two cultures, two hurts, two pains, two different lives, right? Two different lives. Made up, but two different lifestyles. You're merging it together based upon the foundation of love. Now, I just think that this conversation is going to be helpful, especially if you're in a place where you're like, listen, I'm in the first 2 years of this blended family relationship. I'm tired of struggling, or I don't want to get frustrated. This conversation is for you.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, brother.
What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. It's your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is Love and Logic, where we talk all things relationship. On today, I got to get to it, right? It's going to be a little different because I wrote down a lot of notes and I want you guys to take away, and I don't want to just drop down something just because to make the video aesthetics look good. I'm going to look down today because the first 2 years of a blended family relationship is always the hardest. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's really be honest. I get it. You base your relationship off of love. You fell in love with her. She fell in love with him. And it's like, yo, whatever we face, we're going to face and we're going to beat it. We're going to defeat it. And I'm glad you're going in with the right attitude, but I need you to go in with the right tools because there's so many people in blended family relationships that don't make it past year one. Matter of fact, I know a couple now that didn't make it past month two. Being honest, because it was a culture shock. And I just believe that had I had this video out before they were able to start dating or take each other seriously and just take some of the stuff that I'm going to say today into consideration, I think that things would have been looked at a little differently because it's not like a relationship where she doesn't have kids and he doesn't have children and now we're marrying each other. We can deal with the problems that each other has. I can deal with your nastiness to a degree. Right? I can deal with your attitude in the morning that you can't talk until you get your coffee. I can deal with that. But can we be transparent? I'm always transparent. I ain't got to ask you nothing. It becomes difficult when the other person that you're marrying has a child or has children, right? And they're disrespectful or they are unappreciative of what you're doing. But then when it comes down to discipline, don't say nothing to my baby. Don't say nothing to my son, right? So off bat, that brings about division in the family, right? So I'm just crazy because a lot of things, I'm gonna say this. This is the sole purpose of why I'm making this episode, because we have adopted the thinking what is understood doesn't need to be said. And the truth of the matter is, in a blended family relationship, nothing is understood. So everything needs to be said. Let's chop it down like that. So a big portion of it is, I'm gonna tell you this, before you start talking about discipline, before you start talking about finances, before you start talking about anything pertaining to the relationship, bruh, sis, spend time with their family. Even if they don't have kids, but you're the one with kids, spend time with their family because their family is going to expose everything that you need to know. And I'm not just saying go over there for dinner or go over there for a quick hello, how you doing session and leave. No, spend some. If you can go on vacation, I promise you. You're going to see, and if you can, withstand it, right? I mean, if you can't withstand, I'm going to tell you this, there's a chance that you might not need to get married. Let's put that there. If you can, I'm going to say this, and I know some couples that hate their in-laws and they still get married. No, I don't agree with that. If you cannot stand their in-laws and they have a close relationship with their family, the relationship is always going to be at a limbo. Real talk. It's going to, if she has a strong relationship with her family and you don't like her family, it's going to cause a wedge between y'all and the children are going to see it. So I want you to pump your brakes before you invest too much time, before you invest your heart, your love, all that good stuff, your money. Spend time with their family. See how, because the family is not going to lie to you. The family's going to show you the real. Right? She's going to lie to you. He's going to lie to you. I promise you. They're going to display the best qualities of themselves because they want you to fall in love. And, I mean, that's just how it is. That's just the game. I see something I want. I'm going to display. It's just like you go to a car lot, right? Or you look at a commercial on TV. They're going to display the best quality of that vehicle possible. That's why they always show you the fully loaded one, right? I'm going to say this, an untrained sales rep, car salesman, this is what he would do. And I'm going to stand on this. An untrained car salesman would take you to the fully loaded model, right? Before he runs your credit, before he finds out what you're approved for, before he finds out what you like. You'll say, I want an SUV. He'll take you to the fully loaded model. Why? Because I want to show you the best. That's in their mind. But that may not be the best for them. So since it's not the best for them, let me sit down. Well, I'm telling you, spend time with the family. Let me sit down and gather some information. Okay? What's your name? What do you need? What are you looking for? What are your do's and your don'ts? What are your deal breakers? Right? I need to sit down and gather some information. What is your price point? Right? Because I'm taking you to a fully loaded car that's 80,000 and you're like, my price range is like 30,000. Okay, great. So we need to move to maybe something smaller, maybe to a used car. So I want to listen, spend time with the family. Hear me closely. When you spend time with them and you discover, hey, this is a person that I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my life with. This is a person I want to take to the next level. Go and spend time with their family. Right? Now, I'm not saying you go spend time with their family and you just met them. No, I'm not saying that. Make sure the relationship is going somewhere first. But then once the relationship is going somewhere, spend time with their family. Because the family's going to show you everything that you need to know. Here it is, my 3 points. Because this is the reason why relationships doesn't last. Blended families don't last past 2. Why 2 years the toughest? This is number 1. You're not just marrying a person. You're marrying a family culture. You're marrying a family culture. Watch this, y'all. This is a key point. Every family has an unwritten rules. Every family have, like, for example, in my household, when I was growing up, an unwritten rule until I got grown like, why I can't say that? No, it's in the Bible. Thou shalt not lie. Like, when I was growing up, we couldn't say lie. That was an unwritten rule. No, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not say lie. But mama, he lying. He doing what? He telling a story. That's what it was, right? So here it is. One family may be loud and expressive. Yes. One family may be loud and expressive, and another may be quiet and reserved. Listen, this episode is going to be lit because I'm breaking down some things that most people never ever thought about. All right, here's the next one. One child grew up with strict discipline. The other grew up with very few rules. That's a major one. You're not marrying a person, you're marrying a family and a culture. The conflict isn't about people, it's collisions of cultures. The cultures are colliding. So since the cultures are colliding, watch this. I still love you. I still find you very intriguing, but it's like, hold on. How I was raised and how you were raised, it's not meshing. Like, it's not gelling together like this. It's doing this. We're bumping heads at that thing. Many blended families struggle because they are trying to live by 2 different playbooks in the same house. Have you ever discovered that before? Like, in a blended family situation, you're living by 2 different playbooks. Like, no, we didn't do this when I was growing up. No, we did this. Hence, like, for example, transparent moment. When I was growing up, we didn't take vacations. Now, I think this is what I really think. I don't think that it was because we didn't have the money. I think it was because of the culture of how my mom and my dad was raised. They didn't have money growing up. I was in private school, so I know they had little cheddar, but the mindset kept them restricted. Vacation was maybe Busch Gardens. I remember going to Busch Gardens maybe 3 or 4 times as a child, right? We didn't go to Great Wolf Lodge, Disney World. I went to Disney World one time with my family. That's when my nephew, I was grown. I was a merchant seaman at that time, right? And no, we just didn't take vacations. Vacations for my family was going to grandma's house in North Carolina. That was vacations, right? But my wife now, when she grew up, they took vacation every year, multiple vacations. Now, vacations is relative. Some people look at vacations, no, we're going somewhere for 2-3 weeks, or we're going somewhere for a week, right? Vacation to my wife is we getting away for a weekend or a week, whatever we can do. That's what we're doing. So now that I have my family, we try to make sure that we make those memories because it's about memories. So what we do is, we go to Great Wolf Lodge, Massanutten, Disney World, and a few other places that we do go. Now, this is what I want to share. It's not expensive as you think it is. It's not that expensive. That's for a whole nother episode. But number 2, here it is. Watch this. Children often grieve what they lost before they embrace what they gained. This is the reason I'm talking this thing through. This is the reason why the first 2 years of a blended family situation is so rough. I mean, the reason it's so rough is because of this. Children grieve what they lost before they embrace what they gained. Adjustment takes longer than most parents expect. It's hard for them to adjust. Even when children like the new step parents, catch me, they still may be grieving. Why are they grieving? Their originally family structure, the loss of traditions, the loss of routines, time they once had with a biological parent. Sometimes resistance isn't rebellion, it's grief. Now, I'm glad I said that. Let me make the quote. The quote is, don't mistake your child's sadness for rejection. They may simply be mourning what they're used to, right? In a blended family culture, men, you have to be understanding that there's a change, right? There's a shift, right? Mama used to let me wake up and eat cotton candy in the morning. Now here it is. You were raised no. Like me. No, you're not eating no candy in the morning. There's a culture that they had before they met you. So what I want to tell you is, as you implement your rules in the beginning, don't be so cutthroat. Be understanding. You have to bend a little bit if you want this thing to work. I'm telling you from experience. You have to listen. An old man once told me, pick your battles wisely. Everything is not a need to fight about, right? Some things you're like, you know what? It is what it is. And you'll learn with wisdom. You'll learn with time. Point number 3, and I'm out your way. The pressure of becoming an instant family creates frustration. Why is that? Relationships cannot be microwaved. It's crazy because I get it. Fathers, you can expect, if she has children or a child, you can expect soon you walk in, you and the mom has clicked off. You can't expect the child to be like, oh, that's my dad. No, man, that's Mr. Tim. That's Mr. Earl. Who is that? That's my mama boyfriend. That's my mama husband. Hold on. What you mean your mom did? Yeah, that's not your dad? No. So you can't expect them to just, especially when they're older. And then when they're kids, they can sense something in you and they can gradually fall in love with you and start calling you mommy and daddy and stuff like this. Let me put a pin right there. In blended, this is me. You do what you want to do. In blended family situations, if you're not married, the kids that's not sure shouldn't be calling you mommy or daddy until you get married, because that causes a problem. Now, when you get married, you're showing commitment. That's just my 5 cents. Take my pen out. The pressure of becoming an instant family creates frustration. Why? Because relationships cannot be microwaved. Many couples expect instant trust, instant respect, and instant bonding. And that's so far removed from the truth. I don't trust you. I don't even know your kids. Listen, why you got the safe in there? Because I don't know them. That's honest. That's the honest truth, because so many people, they expect for a relationship to be perfect. And once we put our kids together, put our family together, they should immediately get along because we love each other. No, that don't work like that. But healthy blended families are built slowly. slowly. This is why I don't believe in you dating for a whole year and now you're allowing the kids to meet. No. You need to let that happen in the first 6 months. If you like, listen, I want to get to know you a little better and I like you and I want to be with you, right? Like, let's really be honest and introduce them soon. If you know this is the man that I'm going to be with, this is the woman that I'm going to invest in, and I really feel like I'm going to go to the finish line with, let them meet them sooner. Because what's damaging is that your heart is so invested and they get to meet and they don't like each other. You're like, I don't care about your feelings. This is going to be your stepmom. This is going to be your stepdad. Everybody, listen, if you want this thing to work, you need to take everything into consideration. Children may accept you before they love you. They may respect you before they trust you. Understand the dynamics. I'm done. The families that thrive aren't the ones that rush the process. They're the ones that respect the process. I just want to help some people out. I hope that this was enough for you to chew on so that you can digest it. To understand the first 2 years of a blended family, it's going to be rough.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, brother.